Hello, y'all. And today it's gonna be a short time. I'll probably come back on here later on. After I finish doing some of my real work, I'll probably lay it down later. But y'all, how have y'all been? I took a week. It feels like a month, but I took a week off on YouTube. It was boring. Nobody really had nothing to talk about, or I feel like it was very competitive week that everybody was going to be saying the exact same thing because it was so predictable. Everything was so predictable, like Peach, Crisis with fighting with her brother and sisters on both sides of the family, and um, losing her father. That was like a big thing that happened. Us trying to figure out what's Jazz's next move, what's Diamond's next move. Is Diamond coming up? Diamond did poke her head back in last week, but it was like, girl, what are you doing to do? But you know what? I have to understand this, and y'all, I have to be really nice about some things when I say it, because you never know when the table's going to turn. It's gonna hit you in the face. Love should never look so bad. Like people make love look bad. Hold on, I gotta plug up my phone real quick. My not my phone, but my computer. That'll be real quick in a hurry. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to hurry and plug this thing up, y'all. But yeah, last week was really boring, so y'all didn't hear from me all last week. Not because I just felt like the whole week everybody's going to talk about the same thing, but I do want to talk about somebody different, and y'all, I'm going to talk about her a little bit. But I've been going through Q Eats, eat eat with Q or Q Eats. I've been listening to her story. So her husband and her just reunited back, y'all, and he's from Nigeria, and she was in Barbados recently, and everybody's been asking her, when is your husband coming? When are you and your husband going to be back reunited? And she kept telling us, real soon, y'all, real soon. And then months passed, real soon, y'all. And then suddenly, boom, he is back in the picture. Grant, I'm thinking this is about to be a love affair. But baby, y'all cannot make this shit up if you wanted to. Why is Q ex-boyfriend play grub living in her house while she's whole married? Now she says, I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not stupid at all. But for some odd reason, she reconnected with this man. Some odd reason. Like he looked like he has a free game that blew her mind. Like it blew her mind. Like she could not stop thinking about it. So she had to hurry up and go. This is just how I'm looking at the story. She had to pretend like she was stressed for her life. She was stressed for her peace, and she had to suddenly move to Barbados. But now that her hubby is back in the picture, because I really think they was going, he wasn't coming back in her life. I really believe like they got married and she didn't like the custom to the lifestyle or him suddenly. I personally believe that. And you can't tell me any different because the way that she moved. But when she came back and they sat down and had a story time, This man beat her, he put his hands on her. He was still living in her house while she was in Nigeria. This is a whole mess. And to me, to make me want to understand, like, was this an arrangement? Did y'all have an arrangement? That's just me personally. I really felt like, personally, I could be wrong. I really felt like she she tried to keep her situations. But for some odd reason, it did not work in her favor. That's just me. But I'm about to follow that story. I'm gonna have to listen to details. And when I tell you details, I have to listen to details because already I'm personally understanding that Q already is notorious for lying. Now, if y'all don't know who Q eats or eat with Q, she the one that went and she had a meal with Beloved, right? And then later she flipped it and said how the family was rude, they wasn't punctured, the the family didn't come down, and everybody's like, hold up. No, that's not how the story went. No, no, we was nice, we was friendly, everybody was good. And then she flipped it. So her sister came back and said, y'all, I do apologize. This was a completely lie. They were telling the truth. They did not give us any hard feelings, but Q is notorious for lying. So, with her storyline of play, and I'm assuming it's play, y'all. She never said a name, but I'm definitely assuming it's play that still stay at her apartment in Delaware. And for some odd reason, he still had access to her money. He still had access to everything that she was. But y'all, when I tell y'all, my family will not allow not one person in my house. Oh, Tiffany, I used to have those days when I used to be at work until like 12 o'clock at night. My heart goes out to you. It does. I can't do those nights. Maybe if I had to, if I had like, and that's the reason why I could never be a nurse. And y'all, I'm skipping all through the point. I'm gonna get to my thumbnail in a minute because this my thumbnails are actually funny tonight. But I used to work at a gas station, and I completely hated it because that was like the slowest 10 o'clock all the way up to 12 was the slowest hour. That was like the slowest part of the night. But when I was off, whoo, 3 o'clock comes around real fast. So I'm going back to QE. Well, Q is always notorious for lying. She completely lied. So the only reason why I'm saying this is because Q was supposed to be on this vegan diet, y'all. So she was like, y'all, I've been on vegan for 5 months, y'all. And sometimes people don't be they be forgetting their lives that they be having like recently, and they forget just their lives and their videos, okay? And their videos is typically current. Cool beans, current. But she just recently did a live talking about she haven't ate vegan food and forever. 6 months, 5 months. And then she uploaded a live within 3 months eating ribs of her family. Y'all, you can't make this shit up if you wanted to. So Q is notorious for lying. So to me, Q is always a liar. I'm sorry, when you on this platform and you just blatantly lie and you get caught in your lies, you're gonna always be a liar. Point blank and simple. But y'all, I might have to do a Q because Q is actually funny. She's actually funny because she lies, and you can depict her lies. So y'all, let's get into my thumbnail because y'all, this is actually going to be a funny thumbnail. So my Jazzy Life recently got on here. I don't know what video she did it on. I'm not going back in the archives of my Jazzy Life to look at what she said about Kaitlyn's birthday. But she recently did one talking about, hey guys, y'all just gonna have to wait to see what we got planned for Kaitlyn's birthday. Uh-uh. There's no way in hell she had anything planned. It's 6 days until that baby girl's birthday. And you're coming on here 6 days before her birthday talking about what do you buy 11-year-old when 11-year-old have everything at her hand. Girl, are we stupid? Did we not forget that you put quilts on your registry, your wish list on the Walmart? That was 30 some dollars, $40. You telling me that you had that wish list up for about 2 months now. And you telling me you couldn't save up 20, $30 every month to buy your baby girl a quilt that comes from you, not somebody else? That didn't even make any sense, Jazz. Now, I'm going to be honest. There's no reason why you don't have money for your daughter. Chris is not there. Because if Chris was there, you would show the hell out of Chris. Even if it's a hip, you would show it. But you haven't. You had to get on here and talk about, oh, it was the cutest bonding moment that they watched Sesame Street and boo. Girl, stop. We all know that Chris is not there. And it is what it is. I'm cool with that. But at the end of the day, you should know what your daughter wants for Christmas. Not Christmas, for her birthday. And another thing is, Jazz, what's going on with all these damn phones? Kaitlyn's phone is broke. Like now you're trying to say, y'all, I'm the most clumsiest person in the world with the phone. I don't have a screen protector. I don't have a case on my phone 90% of the time. And yeah, that was my dryer. And what else? And I drop it constantly. Boom. I sleep with it. It hits my head. Like I'll be playing a video game, laying in the bed, and I doze off, and boom, it's like on my head. So, what's up with you and phones in that house? Because personally, I don't feel like the kids are breaking their technology. I really don't. To me, I feel like you need to hurry up and get money for a camera. But I'm sorry, I already told you, you don't even need a expensive camera at this point because you know how to finesse the camera. What you need is a camera. Doesn't matter if it's a $97 camera or a $300 and 45 camera. You need a camera. It's okay, Jazz. Go take care of your household. That's something we expect y'all to do. We expect you to do birthdays. But for my thing, I'm starting to believe that you care more about urban legend than your children. Because they already got costumes from last year. Kaitlyn gotta wear your costume of a kitty cat. And Amaya can wear the Chucky one. And Ava can wear, and poor, what's his name, gotta wear the same Flash. But I'm gonna find an Elmo for him. I'm really starting to feel like you're trying to save your coins instead of for your daughter's birthday, y'all. Our daughters are very precious to us. Y'all don't understand. It could be very easy. You said something that somebody had suggested that you go to Target. And she's talking about, we don't got money like that. We don't, that's expensive. We can go to Walmart and all she's gonna do is buy snacks. Dang, that is a perfect gift. I know that you stay in Texas. Y'all have other stores other than HEB and a Walmart. You can go to an Asian store and pick out a couple of candies and snacks like chips and now make a like a goodie bag of different chips around the world. If you can't purchase the actual box, you can purchase that. I know you can. And guess what, Jazz? These are so easy. So when the six come around on, is that Friday? Hold on, Thursday? Friday. When the six come around on Friday, you can go to the Asian store, get you some chips, get you like the shrimp and seaweed and whatever they got, seaweed gum, whatever they got at the Asian store that you know that it will excite your daughter because she likes snacks. That's what you have to do. You can go to a German store. You have a Hispanic store. You have so many different different country grocery stores. I know that's in Texas. You can't tell me that. I know that's only HEB. No, I know they have to be. You can go to an African grocery store. You know, they got, well, in North Carolina, they have so many darn grocery stores here. They got to compare food, y'all. And y'all, I think I never been to a compare food that smelled like a grocery store in my life, y'all. When I tell you that grocery store that served food, you be like, yeah, it seems like a good day to get hepatitis B, from the. That's how bad it is. Like, you ever go in there, you're like, yeah, that looks very dangerous to eat at. Yeah, but we have a compare food, so they have like an international candy out, like all the candies from whoever stores, like the islands, um, Asian. They have a couple of Asian candies. Um, they have typically like exotic places like Jamaica, Africa, Asia. That's it. It's a couple like Mexico. I just said Hispanic, like Spanish countries. They have those type of candies. So you can find you a store that is based off an international grocery store, and you have a field day with their chips, their snacks, their soda pops, and you just make that box for your daughter. You don't really need to really think and come on here and ask people, what do you buy for your 11-year-old? You know what your 11-year-old likes. So what you did was you needed a hurry up cash out. Well, let me tell the people I'm looking for a pink blanket comforter for her that we already saw that you put on the wish list. Did you forget about that? Yeah, I didn't. And you told us that you and y'all already had the birthday together. But now you're saying, I don't know what to get her for her birthday. I don't know what to do for her birthday. Girl, you had you and Chris' birthday planned out, but he crushed that, didn't he? You crushed it. He crushed that for you. So instead of just like being a big girl and say, well, let me save this money for my kid, because I did see you shit on Kaitlyn for a couple of years for Chris. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember the vanity. Jazz went all out for Chris. She took him to Bath and Body Works. She laid out $80. She had shrimp, crab legs. She had steak. He ate out at every time they had a meal. They ate out. They ate good. But Jazz, your baby girl, and I don't even personally believe that she really wants anything. But y'all, I think I'm done with my Jazzy life and Kaitlyn's birthday. I don't think it's gonna happen, y'all. I really don't. I just feel like Jazz is going to try to save her coins to reunite with baby urban legends daddy for his birthday. When he turns 2, she's trying to reconnect with him. And it is. That's her prerogative. I can't sit here and say, what's love and what's not, y'all. I really don't, because I'll be the last one. I'm the terrible one in relationship. I love real, and for me to come on here sometimes and I look at these ladies and I'm like, is this actually real love or is this like settling? Because sometimes I have to look at myself too, like, am I settling or is this actually real love? And Jazz, if you're settling for Chris and Chris is not like knocking at your door, he's not trying to make an effort to at least enhance your life. If he's not doing that, invest in your children. That's the best thing I can tell you. And y'all, did y'all see Chrissy coming on here half ass? Y'all, King Mike, I don't know if he's still in here. And she had money. Well, I'm gonna say this. He had money for a PS5. He just getting had tax money. That was tax money. That PS5 was tax money. That wasn't like a random Tuesday money. That was definitely tax money. But y'all, I was looking at Christy's Strong Moments Christy's video and her live, not her lives, but her chat. And I noticed one person was like, she came on here talking about she's a homeowner. Congratulations, if it's true. But she was like, all these people gonna have to bite their words and talk about how homeless you are and you a bum. And I'm gonna tell you this, lady. It's not that we're got to bite our tongue. Chrissy's just too damn old to be still doing shit like this for content. That is a totally difference between me making fun of somebody who is actually going through a hard time versus people just needing to do shit like that for content. People actually is homeless in real life. I always say you could be homeless with a paycheck, a frequently paycheck. It's just how we live and how we use our resources. All right. I am never that person to sit here and make fun of somebody going through a hard time in real life. Okay. But what I'm gonna say is this. What is the point of trying to tell us you're saving coins, right? And it's not guaranteed that she's moving in a timely manner. So I'm trying to understand that. So you're gonna invest in a storage for a long period of time? Because it don't sound like you're moving in today. It don't sound like she's moving in. She moved in. I don't know. I haven't seen the I seen the video, but I didn't listen to it long enough, or I didn't listen to the parts that was probably important to know the details of Chrissy. I just know that she's too damn old to be having homeless, not a home of our own. My daughter is stressed and depressed, and she's just too old. There's a time and place for that. I expect that for a 25-year-old person, not a 30-something-year-old woman with 9 kids. I just don't. That's the difference. But y'all, I also want to talk about this too. Y'all, my thumbnail. I already talked about my thumbnail, but I'm just making fun of certain things. Peach. Y'all, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with Peach and her sister. Now, her sister is not the actual biological female, as a biological male. And that's where I'm going to leave it at, okay? So we don't get confused. So, um, I came across her sister's music video. When I tell y'all, I was like, huh? You know what? They are kin. They are kin. They're kin, y'all. They can't deny it. They cannot deny it. They can't deny it. And for some odd reason, I feel like, y'all, I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like sometimes this is a fucking skit. Like, you cannot, I'm not going to lie. I feel like the whole Peach and family breaking, fighting, y'all, I feel like this is a skit. I feel like they're going to be at that funeral, hugging it out. My sisters are the best sisters in the world. I miss my daddy. You know, like the Mr. Brown part. My daddy. I'm thinking that, but it could be totally opposite. I know. And her sister actually had some tears and some hurt that I feel like y'all gotta understand. I seen her on Bigo. That's when I actually not really met her sister, and that's crazy. But I actually sat down, and it was kind of funny when I watched Bigo and her sister personality. That's when I started seeing Peach change her personality. I did. Peach changed her personality. That is not the same Peach that, homie, let me show pop my boobs, let me do this. She was never like that. She was very timid. Like when y'all came across Peach back in the day, she was super timid. She didn't do confrontations. If y'all remember, Peach was one of the people that she didn't do confrontations. She just recently started doing confrontations. And this is probably the same time when her sister got popular on Bigo. Because that's how I'm looking at it. She is stealing somebody's personality. We always look at Jazz stealing people's personalities, but sometimes other people steal other people's personalities. Like Chrissy has said that she stole her logo. Hit her like it's free. It don't cost you nothing for your girl. Yeah. Y'all don't hear her saying that no more. That's a little hard. Yes, Ebony, her sister, but her sister's a good read. She is a good read. She reads on Bigo. Very great read. She's a good reader. She will read you. But y'all, Bigo is a different darkness. That Bigo is a different darkness. Like y'all don't believe me. Go on Bigo like videos of like certain people. Like somebody just did a Bigo on Peach, right? Like a picture, like, yeah, Keith's sister is a baddie, right? And they went in on her. And these are like older pictures. Like they was like, no, you ain't doing this. We ain't doing this. Take a picture of her now. So when I tell you, those people on Bigo side, they don't have any filters. Like Jazz could never. I think they said Olivia tried to do it, but they could never. I mean, never. Jazz could never go on Bigo. She could never go on Bigo. And you just gotta learn how to rock and roll with Bigo. Bigo is a rock and roll. I did it, and I did not like it, y'all. Not, I didn't understand the pay. I didn't understand the beans. I didn't understand nothing. But these people like run me up, run me up. Run me up. And it's like, thank you, run me up. And I'm like, I'm watching these people go on these channels, these rooms, and baby, and you got people who really paying, they're paying some good beans. Like they paying, they paying you, they paying you, okay? But then I found out it's a secret to it. That's a secret. Like, hey, if I throw this at you, you better throw this back at me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a win-win. But y'all, I've been on here for 30 minutes, and I know some of us have to be at work in the morning. Tiffany, I hope you got home safely. King Mike, thank you for dropping in. Ebony, Rose, hey Rose, just let me tell you something. And I wanted to say this too. Let me just say this real quick. Peach, no offense. Absolutely no shade. If your kids are older than 4, still peeing in the bed, and if you have like 2 years old, 3-year olds, and they got to be in potty seats, pull ups, that's understandable. They're not peeing in the bed. But you got the ones that is like can go to the bathroom and they just pee in the bed. It's called trauma. It's called trauma, not lazy. Majority of the time, kids are feeling some type of threat. Um, and definitely, it seems like your kids sleep together quite often because they feel threatened about something. Take notice of that. Okay, don't come on here. Don't be like, Teresa, you remember what happened to him? Sometimes strong trauma screams at you um a lot. Your kids have trauma. I see it, and you come on here yelling it as content, but you need to get that checked out. Personally, you need to go get that checked out because one, you should never come on here talking about I got my kids pee in the bed, they pissy, and my house ain't pissy. We got protectors. That's not a good thing. That means that they don't feel safe to get up out of the bed in the middle of the night to go pee. Yeah, kids have mistakes, but if it's frequently, because Peach talks about it. Oh my gosh, they peed in gorgeous bed. Oh my gosh, they pee in the bed. There's trauma, and it's okay. But before you talk about other people's trauma, fix your trauma in your house. All right, that's the end of it, Peach, for me. Um, Girl, Ebony, when she said he fucks her in every hole, when he said, she said, when she said he fucked me in my belly button. My dumb ass was like this. How is that? Is that a thing? Yo, when I tell y'all I was weak. Y'all, I was weak. Yeah, I cannot stop laughing at that. And she said, Wood fucked her in every hole. And she said the belly button, y'all. And y'all, I can't, cause Peach always like showing like her belly and stuff like that, y'all. and I see that belly button stretched out. That shit is believable. Y'all, I still, I think I'm about to pee on myself thinking about that shit. That shit had me on the floor. And her sister, I could never, girl. If she comes in there snapping at me, y'all, I'm walking away. There is no reason why I'm going toe to toe with her sister ever. That bit when she said he screwed her in every hole, her mouth, her her booty hole, and her belly button, y'all. I was done. Put a fork in me. Hold on. They say peeing in the bed with the oldest ones means they're stressed or something's going on. And that is very true. And y'all, I don't know about this. We're gonna talk for a little bit, y'all, because why not? Why not? Okay, we're grown. Why is it so many people now? We know everybody's childhood is not perfect. Um, and it's more common. And y'all, it's more common to see it a lot in some people in the 90s, in the early 80s. When I tell y'all, that's the epidemic of drugs. Okay. And I'm not a big fan of making fun of this situation because I do see it quite often. Is children getting violated at an early age, or parents are leaving kids with other people and they're mistreating them. Um, and Keyshawn, she talked about her sister, and I talked about this as well. I do not allow my kids to play house today because of a childhood trauma. Not trauma, but just something that did not sit right with me as a kid. I'm playing house with my cousins, and they're doing weird things. They're doing acts on each other because we're playing mommy and daddy. We didn't know better. Um, and then on top of that, now as I'm looking at it, they shouldn't have known that how to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just cousins that would play that game. It'll be their neighborhood kids. And before you know it, you are exposed to some bullshit at a young age because you don't know this person right here has been exposed to it frequently. They know how to do the moves. And I'm like, man, that's fucked up. Like, I'm like really like looking back at that shit, and that shit is fucked up. And a couple of years ago, I don't know if y'all remember Royce from Love and Basketball. I think it was her son. It was at her son and her boyfriend kid was caught doing, or the boyfriend's kid went back home and said, "Hey, mom, this is my, we play house together." They did something and he was exposed to certain acts. And when I tell y'all, that's the reason why I don't have my kids playing house. My kids probably would never hear me say, "Oh, y'all going in the back room, shut the door." You will never hear me say that up to none of my kids. Absolutely not. Do not shut no door. When you go to somebody's house and they say shut the door, you say nope and no. And I teach them that because there should be a certain protection. Because y'all, you don't know what these kids is up to. I'm being dead ass. I don't sit around and have my kids in the back room of nobody's house. And nobody can't just be in my house with the back room. No. Absolutely. Cousins, shut the door. No, because Y'all, I'm being honest with y'all. I should never had experience um playing house with two girls. And one girl was like, I'm the daddy. What the are we? And now I'm looking at it like, damn, damn. And people might make fun of this and like they joke about it, but that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't supposed to be playing. The first thing you don't supposed to be going to nobody's house or somebody's like, can she come? Can she play? And my thing was, I never. My mom was like, oh girl, go back there and play with those kids and get out of adult spaces. No, because we doing adult things in the back. You get what I'm saying? Like my parents didn't realize the stuff that we was doing in the back because they thought we was playing Barbie or playpen. And no, the first thing they wanted to do was take you into a closet and try to hunt you. And I'm not the only one to have this story of growing up learning things at a young age. I'm not, and I really do heart these people that are exposed to certain things out of their will, and they thinking, oh, they're playing. That is some shit right there. When Keyshawn was like, she was hunching us, and well, not hunching. They was playing house. We're gonna say that. That's the safe word. They was playing house. And I'm like, she's not the only one. I played house. And I know exactly what she was doing. I do know that my kids are not allowed to play house and not in my house. And I tell them that if somebody say you're the daddy and it's two boys, you don't play the daddy. How about that? Because that's how things start taking place in children. Now I'm sitting here thinking like, yeah, damn, I see why, you know, and that's something hard on that. So, y'all, we sit here and say, oh my gosh, she's exposing her family. No, sometimes that shit is deeper. Now you wondering why you got a hunch every 5 minutes because you was exposed to that at an early age. So yeah, I do not allow my kids to play house. They don't play. I don't like them doing sleepovers, y'all. I don't like them doing absolutely nothing. And it sounds so bad, right? Because, girl, we had, when I was in like, let's say, I'm going to tell y'all a story. It'll be in the summertime, dark. Hide and seek becomes hide and go get. Do y'all understand? Our, we Y'all understand? After it got dark, we played hide and go get. And hide and go get didn't have an age limit. So anybody could go around hunting. It have no gender. Oh, it didn't have that. But we knew at 7, 8 years old that you better somebody's about to come behind you. And this is real life. Real life. And I don't, I I feel really bad for some people. Like I was watching Edward Anderson when Peach had exposed him, and he was cooking with his mama, and you can tell, like when she said that, I could see a little boy in Edward. I could see a little boy in him. Like I saw a little boy in him. Not like he's not a grown man. I saw a little boy. And we make fun of people expose that like that shit is funny. No, that shit is sad. Pete, shame on you. Like I really want to say shame on you because I'm starting to feel like you want that trauma. I personally really believe that Peach want a trauma like that. That's not a good trauma. I'm sorry. But y'all, if I'm boring, y'all, I do apologize. But sometimes y'all have to understand that there's a cause to everything. Now I see there's a fucked up cause with Keyshawn. I see why she feels protected with Blueface. I really do. Not in a yeah, she should go back with him. I see the protection. I see the manipulation. I see that little girl that if she's telling the truth about her siblings, I can see it. I see it. You know, that you're not getting, you had worse touches, or you got worse exposure than this man right here. This is okay. He's okay. He can mistreat me. And anybody that has child trauma and you listening, seek help. If you can't afford a therapist, that everybody can afford a therapist, you know, pastors are the cheapest therapist you can go if you want to do that route. All right. Most companies have a therapist hotline that is very free. So if you have a business or a job, they have therapy for you. You have resources to get help, and you don't have to, do anything extra. Um, there's 1-800 hotlines that's free. I won't tell y'all to use this, the unlively hotline, but that's free as well. That's your last option. Go ahead and talk to somebody. Be clear. And your trauma is, now we look at things, and as I became a mom, I looked at things different. Um, I did. I did not see. I saw when I had my daughter, and that was 15 years ago. And I remembered um, her being about two, 2 or 3, and somebody was like, "Oh, she can come in the back room, and she can play." And I said, "Hell to the no, she cannot play." And no closed door. She's 2, and you're 7. You're a boy. So automatically, I had got remembered my childhood. I did. You know what, Rose? I really wish I could fault the dad, because the dad is the protection, you know. But I'm gonna say it's the mommies too, not just the dads. So I'm gonna just go off of what I feel. The daddy was a dope man. He was something big back in the day. He had money, because the way that it looks, he Tracy don't look like she fucked with a bum, y'all. Yeah, y'all know. Tracy don't look like she fucked with a bum. He had to have some little, you know, Cocalina money. Okay, they in Florida. Okay. These look like 17 women. Maybe I'm gonna say about, not 17. I say about 12 women. Depends on how the age flow. Knew that he had all these damn kids. Y'all, when I tell y'all, people are doing videos about this man, and Peach is just a small portion of it. Peach is not big. Like she's big, but she's not big, y'all. She's not big. But people are talking about this man like they know him. They know of him. You get what I'm saying? Somebody right now is talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to the wait. I'm going to the wait. I'm going to the wait. Peach don't talk about him. We saw him about 2 times on Peach channel. Y'all get what I'm saying? And when he died, he left so much turmoil. And Peaches won. But I don't think Peach even cared that, her dad had all those kids. I think she's upset that people didn't follow behind her. I think that's why. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think she knew him either. But again, I feel like he was for the streets. And when you for the streets, y'all, that's what you are. He don't look like he looked like he was about his money, and he made his money. And women, they liked it. And y'all, there's some drug allegations about, Peach's mom. And, you know, and it does seem like he had a couple baby mamas that he had multiple kids with. So he might love certain children different than he likes those one night stands. So y'all call it what it is, y'all. This is the era of crack. When we watching some people on YouTube now, yeah, like Jazz, you can't tell me, y'all. Y'all can't tell me Jazz wasn't a crack baby, y'all. Let me stop. Yeah, but y'all know what I mean. But I'm about to go, y'all. But y'all was so lovely tonight, y'all. I really enjoyed y'all. Um, I did have a little heart to heart, y'all, because sometimes I feel like we don't talk about it, and a lot of people they don't know how to escape it, they don't know how to escape how they should feel, and there's some things right now I might seem like the terrible mother to my children, but there's some things like, for example, my son, I already vowed to myself, like when he start basketball, if I don't have it, y'all, he can't get it from his coach. If I can't personally drive him, he can't go. Y'all got to understand. Like, I went to a high school that, after I graduated, there was a coach that came, that people started coming out 4 years after they graduated saying this man violated them. That is my worst fear, that I trust somebody to, take my son to practice. I know he might miss out. Oh, I got him. And now y'all looking at stories, and coaches are that, and that's who they attack. They attack the single moms, children first. Even like now you date. I look at men sideways, and they want to come and lay up at your house with your children. For what? For what? For what? Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, he is in sports, but like I said, I'm the one that picks him up. I'm the one that takes him. Y'all, there's no, I see people all the time, their coaches is having them stand out there collecting money for tournaments or whatever. Um, and I'm more like, no, thank you. No, I got it. I got it. How much do he need? What's his portion? I'll make sure he has his portion. Because, there's the ways that, people will try to take advantage of these kids. And Rose, that's crazy. But if it didn't touch me so close to home, like my high school, this is a coach that, you know, a coach that looked highly. People gave him high fives in the hallways. And, kids are, well, do you want these Jordans or no? Because they know that their parents probably can't afford it. That's the sad part about it. Now I feel like so many grown men are just conflicted. So y'all, I do keep my prayers up for men, like, because that gotta be a dark place. And my prayer is going up for Edward. Um, Something did happen to him as a child. I do pray that, he finds some forgiveness, because they talk about him drinking a lot. That bottle is not going to cure it. You're going to have to do some serious forgiveness. Um, and it starts with forgiving yourself, because you didn't do that. And it's very expensive. But Rose, I mean, I don't. And I always told my parents, if I don't have it, my son better not say my coach got it. And I tell my son now, you don't take nothing from a guy. You don't take nothing from, I have to teach him that. Like, you don't take nothing from a man. I teach him that. That's crazy. I teach him a man don't give you money unless you work for it. You get what I'm saying? Um, and I mean, it's cutting grass, doing something like that. But I don't even want my daughter to babysit. Like that, that was part of when I was 15, and you could get your CPR. Was it CRP? Hold on, I didn't use it in so long. What is that? Respiratory certified certification. I don't remember what it was, but it's when you have to do for babysitting, right? It's on top of my brain cell, and it's also on top of my tongue, but just not coming out. And that was the life as me as a kid, as a teenager. And now I'm like, no, we ain't doing that. And Rose, let me ask you a question. Um, do you feel like that's important for your kid to know that her teacher is gay, or is it is it important, or is it not important? You just worry about your kid being able to read on a certain level or comprehend that math that they're teaching. I don't care. I'm one of those people, like, I don't care what you do in your bedroom or who you do it with. Just do right by my children. Yeah, my kids don't need to know what's your preference. You get what I'm saying? I don't need a kid to be like confused. Do we call him sir, miss? I don't know. It's like it was a story about this teacher that allowed his students to call him by his first name, so he don't feel misgendered. And I'm like, you know what? You shouldn't even have a teaching license at this point. That was, I'm telling you, Rose, life is starting to strip away from like the norm. Hell, when I say the norm, Tubi movies, even though it sucks, it's bad acting, everything is predictable. That is like the best thing we have right now. We don't even, we don't even watch cable. There's a couple, like I was telling somebody else the other day, I was like, um, it's bad when you like watch a Tubi movie, and you got your favorite um bad movies. That's crazy. Like, even though, and you know what? And I just realized this. Tubi has some of the movies with like once big characters in there, like the dude that played Biggie on Notorious. I tell you, I think he owns Tubi because he's in every bad Tubi movie. Okay, my thing is this: I don't care. I just don't want you to. I don't want you to make it seem like at my house we don't believe in that. Your house, you might believe in it, and that's the great thing about it. Your house, you okay with it. My house, I can't say that's okay, and I know that might hurt a lot of people's feelings, but hell, get used to it. People need to go back to not really hurting people's feelings, having boundaries on your personal life. And I think we all do. We do. Um, but it's not about, at this time right now, it's not even about, rights. It's more about, can we get over it? We know that we can love who we love. You get what I'm saying? And yes, and I am a big fan of, if you gotta use this as your pronoun, I can't talk to you. Them days, you by the time I'm, there's no point, y'all. I can't talk to you, not because I'm better than you. It's just like you in a fairy tale. Sometimes some things that be like stretched out. Yeah, we shouldn't judge. And I always say we should pray more about certain people's lifestyles, because we don't know what caused some people to, go in that lifestyle, you know. Now we thinking about it, you know. Was it like forced upon them? Was it like, oh, you know? Because you can't tell me kids are born that way, you know? Because I would hope, I never had a kid that was like 2 or 3 talking about, ooh, yeah. I never had a kid. I think it's our environment, not something inside. That's the environment. That's just my personal belief. I don't believe that homosexuality is something you're born with. It's the environment. And you're looking at a certain situations that I can do that. And oh, I like how these people make me feel. I feel important, or whatever the case is. I can't speak for everybody else, but just like a straight person, we can have a persona that we take. Oh, well, I have to act like this because I'm a lady. I just feel like that's more environmental than a thinking ability. Trust me. Trust me. If y'all haven't seen these documents of these, was it D trans? Was it they're they're trying to come back to their normal sex. When y'all see these documentaries, it's sad. It's completely sad. Oh, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you, Rose. I don't think I'm having grandkids no time soon. Yes, I know they're kids, right? But I feel like I won't have grandkids. Like I know for sure my daughter is not gonna have kids. And maybe I could be very wrong because she's only, she might be 15. But the way that she's like, I don't want children. I don't want to get married. And I'm like, oh, poor baby. But y'all, I am about to roll out, y'all. And again, I am so thankful to have my midnight people actually coming through because y'all, this supposed to be like a funny video, and then we got serious. Oh my gosh, it was a hot mess. But sometimes, you have to get certain things off your chest. And who knows, somebody, there'll be the right person that can hear something I said and they would say, ding. See, I love a family unit. It doesn't matter how it is. I like family. I love family. And trust me, I know some people, they like, um, they don't like family as much. They like yes people. And I'll be honest with you, the yes people are more dangerous than the people that only want yes people. That's crazy. Well, Rose, you tell your daughter keep up the hard work, enjoy that baby, because that baby don't stay a baby for long. Y'all, I look at my son now and I'm like, I just had you. I just had you like a year ago, 2 years ago. What happened? Life. And y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story and then I'm gonna wrap up. My son, a lot of y'all should know my son don't talk. He don't say words. He might say no. He might say mama, 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 but he don't speak. Okay, and the small things in life that he does or he has some type of interaction with, I get so excited. Like I'm like a natural mother. Like yes, yes, he did something. Whatever his milestone is, I praise him. Okay, if he's using a fork instead of his hand, I'm praising him. If he's learning how to drink from a straw, I'm praising him. So whatever I'm doing, I praise him. So the other night we was watching Charlie Chaplin, I think Gold Rush on YouTube. And this boy, from him not speaking, he watched that thing from the beginning to the top. From not to the top, but the beginning to the end. And when I tell you, I was so excited just to see him like laugh at certain things. The bread scene, he is using the bread to dance. He had a kick, like he knew exactly what he was reading. And I was like, oh my gosh. He had so much fun. So sometimes y'all, I was like, and it's not a bad thing that I'm about to say this. I through this how and say whatever my son's faith is, what fate is, it is what it is, y'all. When I tell y'all, I am so thankful. I like gave him a second. Well, I stood back and I allowed him to shine. Cause sometimes I want to rush. I want this little boy to talk. I want him to be potty trained, and he's like, "Mom, go with the flow, chill." So that is a word that I have to learn how to do. Chill. It's okay. So Y'all, I am about to head out because I have to be in work in the morning. And it's 2 o'clock, y'all. I'm supposed to be out cutting up. But I'll talk to y'all later. I will definitely try my best to do it live tomorrow because, y'all, I think I want to talk about Q Eats and her lies, y'all. I do. But thank y'all so much. Yes, he does. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Oh yeah, by the way, if y'all in a good mood, give me a thumbs up. If you're not, you're in a bad mood, just go to bed. It's okay. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.